They coming, they coming, they coming. Hit the button, hit the button. Young world, man, I gotta say, I seen something that hurt my goddamn heart. Man, I wholeheartedly hurt my heart, for real, for real. Corey Holcomb, Zoe Williams, 5150 goddamn show. Yo, I was, man, where do you start, man? First of all, about Corey Holcomb, I gotta say that Corey Holcomb has always been one of my favorite three top comedians ever because I'm not saying that he's the absolute funniest because he is funny as hell, but Corey Holcomb is the most comedian. I can goddamn almost damn near sit here and say Corey Holcomb's personality is the most of any celebrity that I can identify with. Cause some of the stuff he be saying about females, I swear me and this Joker had messed with the same exact goddamn chicks. Like I be swearing we know the same exact females. I feel like we got the same baby's moms. I feel like we have lived a parallel life in so many ways by some of the stuff he be saying. The darkness of his comedy, everything about what Corey Holcomb be doing and saying, it's like I can personally identify with on a major level for whatever reason. You know what I'm saying? I don't know if it's astrology, whatever it is, you know what I'm saying? So the 5150 show, I love the 5150 show. Been watching it for years. I don't know exactly when, at least 5 years, if not more than 5 years. Him, Darlene, and Zoe Williams were the main characters up there for the longest time. From when I seen it, I mean, Mr. Freeze was there before too, but I didn't really see those episodes. I really got onto it when it was Corey Holcomb, Zoe Williams, and Darlene. Now, Corey being who Corey is, we know what Corey's about. Corey's on some, he ain't biting his tongue for nobody. You know what I'm saying? If you know who Corey Holcomb, you know how the Joker acts, you know what he's about, which is something that I respect him for, but it's also something that keeps him from opportunities, I would say. You know what I'm saying? Because he purposely says the stuff that it seems like he knows is going to keep him out of certain loops and out of certain circles, but he says it and does it anyway. So that being said, Corey Holcomb is very entertaining. You know what I'm saying? He can hold it. He can hold the show by himself, but you know Corey Holcomb goes off the deep edge a lot. So when you have Darlene sitting there and Zoe Williams, they're like the perfect people that sit there and break the show up and make it a multi-dimensional entertainment show. You know what I'm saying? Because you need stuff like that. You can't just have Corey Holcomb sitting there doing what he does nonstop because it would get lost in too many ears. Because if you're not really feeling the stuff he be talking about, you easily will not be feeling his entertainment. Because like I said, he be on some dark stuff. Person like me appreciates it. I can watch him. You know what I'm saying? But for a lot of people, they need other type of elements within a display to better digest it. You know what I'm saying? So Darlene's sitting there. She's like the eye candy. She got her input. She does what she does. And then you got Zoe Williams, who brings a different perspective to the stuff, kind of like bails Corey out of hot water, I guess you could say. And like not really, but like in a roundabout way, he'll bring some sense to some of the stuff Corey be saying. Because we know Corey be on some bullshit sometimes. Like there's no other way to say it. Corey will be on some bullshit sometimes and say some stuff that really don't have to need to be said. You know what I'm saying? He does that a lot. If you watch Corey Holcomb, you know. So to see these brothers fall out, man, I was like, damn. That really hurt my heart, man, for real. Because I'd be rooting for the 5150 show. Was one of them shows to where you see people can, like, especially Corey, a person can say the stuff that you be wanting to say, but don't want to say certain stuff because you get attacked. Or Corey will say anything. That's good and bad. It's a gift and a curse. Sometimes you got to know when to stop. But he went on to say some weird stuff to Zoe Williams, like he's the weakest link and all this kind of crazy stuff. And I gotta sit here and say, like, as much as I'm a Corey Holcomb fan, I gotta say Corey Holcomb's ego is in the way right now. His ego is gonna take him down because, but like Darlene said during the last episode, something else is probably going on, and that's what it seems like. Maybe there's something else going on in his life that got him down. Because right before him and Zoe Williams got into it, he was like attacking Darlene. And I gotta admit, sometimes I think Corey Holcomb do be taking stuff out of context. But the way he is, you can just chalk it up to that's just his style of comedy. He's there to, you know what I'm saying, raise hell. And then you got Zoe Williams to bring it back to reality. You know what I'm saying? And you got Craig Fax is up in there too. Craig, other people. Nate was there. I think they ran Nate off. Grady, they got beef. I didn't even realize that him and Grady didn't fell out and had beef. But Corey Holcomb, man, you got to make this right. If it can be made right, you got to salvage whatever there is left to salvage. Because in this situation, I got to say that Corey Holcomb is on the wrong side of equality. You know what I'm saying, or morals, or whatever you want to call it. Corey Holcomb definitely was bugging on this one. But then again, there could be other sides to, you know what I'm saying, the story. Like, I mean, everybody got stuff that people do that they don't like, whether you're real good friends or close or not, or whatever. Everybody's human. Everybody got their own stuff with them that they do. But for it to be shown and displayed how it was on the show the other day, it was just so ugly. And like, I had to really force myself to sit there and keep watching it just to see everything that happened, because it was like hurting me. Like, damn. And I damn near, I definitely thought a punch was about to be thrown. You know what I'm saying? And that's one thing that Corey he got to kind of slow down too with the threats. Like, not that he be threatened, but he seemed like he puts a lot of stock and a lot of energy into beef, like with certain people. Like he goes too hard with certain stuff. Like, just gotta fall back, man. Like, you can't be so worked up over trying to prove stuff and say certain stuff, man. Like, I don't know, man. It's just, I'ma just say it hurt me. You know what I'm saying? I didn't like to see that at all. It was like heart wrenching, disgusting. You know what I'm saying? Hopefully they can patch it up. I don't know if they can or not, but it was just a terrible, terrible thing. Now, where does the show go from here? Like, I guess we'll see next week who shows up. But there's definitely things going forward that Corey does need to kind of, you know what I'm saying? Like, for one thing I didn't like about the show was that, especially in the beginning when I used to watch it, is that he would cut Darlene off a lot. You know what I'm saying? Like, she'd do her little segment, lose talk about bullshit and stuff like that. He would constantly interrupt. Like, little things like that, you got to kind of like work on, because it's just not good for the viewership, for the listener. You know what I'm saying? You got this female sitting there trying to put her input. You can't always cut her off. You know what I'm saying? She's part of the show. You got to let her be there and be a figure in the show. But yeah, man, it was just terrible. I hope they could recover from this, man. Like, I don't know, man. The show can go on without Zoe Williams. Him and Darlene, it was them before at one point. But you got to realize, Corey, like, Zoe Williams is an asset to the show. You know what I'm saying? You don't need him. I ain't saying you need him, but he is an asset to the show, for real, for real. Just like Craig and all them other dudes that be up there. Craig's a good dude. He's funny. He brings a lot to the show. So that's about it, man. It's terrible.